America is a country always striving for perfection. At least, that's what it says when it gets involved in other countries' business. But when it comes to its own presidential elections, it turns out there are more than enough flaws in the U.S. electoral system. Most democratic countries make it simple. The person who gets the most votes wins. But not so in the USA. The winner of the popular vote in a state gets all the electoral college votes of that state, and these votes are the ones deciding the election. This means the president doesn't need to have the support of the majority of the population. America is the only place in the world where a president is chosen this way. Even though some sources say over 65% of the American people have called for a direct vote for years.
That really undermines the whole idea of democracy.
They're going to pick themselves, and at the end of the day, it's just a system and we're little rats to them.
The electoral college system has been around for over 200 years. It was initially put in place as a filter to make sure the irrational masses don't elect just anyone. In 2000, Al Gore won the popular vote, but never got into the White House because George W. Bush won in the Electoral College. Andrenik Migranyan monitors human rights and democracy in the West. He's critical of the U.S. election process.
American electoral system might be the worst. It's a huge waste of money, huge waste of time, and practically the majority of people getting lost.
Controversy continues to be caused by electronic voting machines. IT experts throughout the U.S. have proved numerous times that they're very easy to hack. Also, some of the major companies producing electronic voting machines have been accused of close ties to the Republican Party. The machines and the way they're used have been causing endless scandals, such as this one.
A lady who had found a voting machine in her driveway. It, however, appeared to have been out in the weather for some time. It had insects in it. And
these machines are being used in an entire third of states in America. Christian Parenti is a popular journalist and author. He says in the U.S., voters' names have been taken off the rolls, Republicans have been locally suppressing the Democratic vote, and voting has been made difficult by making people wait in line for hours at polling stations.
The integrity of the voting process in this country, is not what people thought it was.
Christian says the good news is that this time around, many are watching what happens too closely to let the American election be stolen. This election is being called historic. Never has so much been at stake for the American people. But with all the flaws and controversy surrounding the country's electoral system, it seems that the sole hope of the average American is that the results reflect the true will of the people. Anastasia Churkina, RT, New York.